This MacVoices is supported by the Insta360 Go Ultra, the camera that goes everywhere with you. Visit store.insta360.com and the promo code MacVoices to get a free set of sticky tabs. Moving on and following up on something that we've been watching for a long, long time. Spotify has finally delivered lossless streaming, except that they still haven't gotten it right. Because it's still their lossless streams do not match up with Tidal or Apple. And so again, it's like they almost did it, but they shortcutted it. And from what I've read and what I understand about it, it's probably not going to make a difference to anyone who's doing anything but the most critical listening on a fairly expensive system. But it just still fascinates me that, they couldn't quite get there. Does anybody?
Oh, fine. I'll jump in.
I was going to say, Jeff, you should have thoughts on this.
Yeah, Jeff.
Thoughts on this. Okay, first, of course it's disappointing because this isn't that much better than audio CD quality. That said, for most people, they can't tell the difference when you get above audio CD quality anyhow. For a lot of us, though, it'd be like, seriously? This is what I'm paying for, and you're telling me it's high quality lossless? Yeah. So here's the thing, though. While for me, they would be getting it wrong, I'm not a Spotify customer. And I have a feeling that they know who their audience is. They know the types of devices they're listening on and how their content is being streamed. So they take all of that into account, and the appropriate audio quality point for that audience may very well be 24-bit, 44.1 kilohertz audio files. And they don't need to go any higher quality than that, and they don't want to I don't want to say pollute, but flood their streams with more data than they need to have going through them. So what I'm trying to do is give them the benefit of the doubt and say, look, they probably know exactly what the product is that they need to provide to make their customers happy, and they don't need to burn through bandwidth to give them something that goes beyond what they're actually going to be able to appreciate.
So what I hear you saying, Jeff, is that it's good enough.
It'll be good enough. How many people do you know that are listening to Spotify on anything other than their smartphone? And on their smartphone, it's probably with Bluetooth headphones. I know I'm making a very big assumption here, but based on my anecdotal evidence, all the people that I know or encounter that are Spotify listeners, it's on their phone.
Marty?
I've got to agree with Jeff. I think my kids are, they're in their early 30s. They're Spotify users, and they have full access to Apple Music, but they know that interface, and they like to use that interface. And they're not in the disposable income market yet where they can buy a really cool sound system to hook their Spotify to and hang out and drink brandy and enjoy the classic sounds of whatever. So I think it's a different market, and the students and such that I know, they're using Spotify because they have become accustomed to the interface, and that's what they like, and it's music on the go for them. It's not curl up with a good book and have it going in the background.
Norbert, are you a Spotify user?
No, I use Apple Music. But if I remember correctly, wasn't Spotify rumored to be bringing out this feature in 2021, and they were going to charge a premium to the subscription in addition to your monthly fee? And then Apple basically said, hold my beer, and they came out a week later and said, "Here it is for everybody, and it's for free." And it kind of put the water, if I'm remembering it correctly. And so now Spotify today, or just recently, is also making some changes to the free tier. So they're kind of playing around the edges and trying to figure out, maybe where as saturated as we're going to be in regards to subscribers. So trying to play and see what we can do to build our subscription base, because I think that they're adding additional features for the free tier where you can actually pick your song and pick artists and so forth, where before you would put an artist in there if you're on the free tier, but it wouldn't play that artist or that song. It played something similar or something around that edges, but now they're offering the free services. So I think they're kind of trying to figure out what their next move is in regards to trying to add some more subscribers into the tent.
Yeah, Cletus in the chat room says, where is it? Wired speakers at home, Bluetooth at work. I use Apple Music or Pandora, which, good for you, Cletus. I still think Pandora has the best discovery algorithm out there. But, again, I mean, maybe Spotify is not for this group, other than the fact that we're Apple people. Maybe it just is for a different age group.
Not necessarily different age group. I know a lot of Apple users in our demographic that prefer Spotify to Apple Music, and it rarely comes down to music selection. It's always about the playlist features.
Yeah.
Really, Jeff, that's really interesting to me.
I have better curated playlists on Spotify than I do on Apple Music right now.
And I'm not surprised at all.
That you have curated, Marty?
Yes. Yeah, that I put together.
Okay.
Yeah, and then once you start collaborating with other people, even with what Apple has added in to shared playlist support, it's nothing like what people are doing with Spotify.
No, come on, Jeff. We have Ping.
Oh my God.
I stand corrected.
I must just be different because I don't have time to curate a lot of playlists. More importantly, I don't have time to collaborate with someone on playlists. That's just not my thing. I guess I know what I like, and I think I have a grand total of 2 playlists and maybe 3, and that's kind of it. I just don't take a lot of time because I'm consciously picking the music I listen to.
And Bachman-Turner overdrives on all 3 of your playlists, right?
No, just on one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bust on BTO.
I love BTO. Just listened to them the other day.
Jim?
I find in Apple Music, I can just tell it to play a song. And then it's really interesting to see what Apple will, it'll just start playing stuff.
Where it takes you next, yeah.
And usually it's like, oh, yeah, I haven't heard that for a while. Oh, that's a nice one. Every now and then, I'll skip this, but it works pretty well. Just pick one song and you get a couple hours of listening.
I wish when I told Apple Music I don't like a song, I don't want to hear it, it would do more than say, okay, thanks, and then continue to play that song.
You're very needy, Jeff.
I know.
Oh, I think Jeff froze.
Yeah, he did.
I was wondering if it was Jeff or me.
No.
Somebody put him in the freezer.
Yeah.
Take a screenshot, quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
So goes the turtle.
Don't worry, that's captured for posterity right there.
Yeah, he kind of has that turtle face, actually. If you look.
Oh, that is cruel.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
his mouth
funny.
is open. And,
That's a great look there.
Yeah.
yeah. His eyes are squinting. His mouth's open.
There could be a lot of worse looks than that.
Yeah.
You just
That's
want
not
to
bad.
like give him a little grub or something to eat. There you go.
There he
Oh,
goes.
ouch.
Oh, you went away. So.
Well, while we're waiting for Jeff to come
Well, you
back.
heard what we were saying. No wonder he went away.
He's back.
There he is.
Zoom.
You should have heard what they were saying about you, Jeff.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised you came back.
I'm lonely, man. This is all I've got.
Oh man, you're in real trouble.
Well,
Oh.
yeah. Now you have a deeper understanding into me. Yeah, Zoom took a dirt nap. Just all of a sudden everything froze, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And then I get the dialogue that pops up and says that Zoom is using 7.8 gigs of RAM, and that was the end of that.
You had to run a Zoom update.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, on that note, well, not on the Zoom. Are you running 26 on
I
this?
am.
On that? Are you? Okay.
Yep.
So, just wondered if that had anything to do with it or not.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of that, I was
it is
thinking
Zoom.
all the new operating systems became available yesterday. And I thought that would be a big discussion point, even though I haven't installed any of them. But
I think that's why, Jim, I didn't put it at the top of the list, because I didn't think that anybody would be, this group would be crazy enough to install too many of them.
I'm sure a bunch of people have.
I'm
Well,
all
we-
in.
You don't know
well,
this
look-
group.
I did them
Wow.
all.
Talking about Mark. Mark did it, and look where it got him. So
Well, yeah.
No, this machine I didn't do it yet. Everything else I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
No.
everything. I did it all yesterday,
wow.
Yep.
Good for you guys.
but only one device at a time, so that if something totally took a dirt nap on me, I wasn't going to be completely screwed.
Now, in my case, as of Saturday night, for like the first time maybe ever, all my primary Apple devices were on the most recent operating system and remained that way for about 36 hours.
Wow.
It's impressive.
Yeah, I'm just.
You like that
I-
post on Mastodon, Eric?
Yep.
I'm waiting. I want to wait a good solid week. Of course, with an
No,
iPhone,
Chuck, I don't think
I'm going to have
you
to.
heard me. What I'm saying was, like, I didn't have even like the latest versions of Sequoia or even iOS 18 installed on one device until Saturday. So it's like for 36 hours, like everything was on the latest one until Apple came out with the new one, and now it'll all be out of date again for another 2 years.
Okay, well, that's one approach to it, Jim. That's one approach. Hey, I did throw an article in, though, another Spotify article, that apparently they're not happy with something like 10,000 users selling their data to build an AI tool. They have a service called Wrapped that sounds like one of those things where it helps you analyze what you've listened to and share it with friends. And, I guess to Jeff's point, maybe build some collaborative playlists. I don't know. It's because I'm not doing it. But so they have this service. So a bunch of the users got together and they partnered with someone, an organization who's doing it outside of Spotify. And now Spotify is not terribly happy about that because, of course, they're taking information that Spotify could probably utilize and profile their customers a little better. So I just thought it was interesting. We've talked so much about, we talked earlier about the social media, taking things and taking our information and pushing things toward us. And now these people Spotify was potentially doing it. These people went to someone else where theoretically they may have a little more control or a little more involvement. And now Spotify is not happy about them doing it. So I feel like there's some irony there.
Boo frickin' who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More importantly, the people who went there got a piece of the pie. They came back with $5 worth of Bitcoin or something like that.
Yeah. Well, Marty, there's your Bitcoin you were looking for pre-show. So,
Yeah, I just have to sell my playlist back to Spotify or
sure.
Vanna or
They
whatever
won't.
it is. I forget the name.
They won't mind at all. I don't want to run us too long. We're up against time, but I did want to throw just one other one in, because I don't know that it's going to potentially affect anything. I'm not sure, but I wanted to see what the reaction was. That the organization that purchased Evernote and WeTransfer, Bending Spoons, is about to buy Vimeo.
Oh boy.
What?
For $1.4 billion.
Yes. So, I'm not. Yes, the dollar number is interesting, but I'm thinking more about what Bending Spoon has done to, especially to Evernote.
Yeah.
I mean, Evernote was it for a while, and Evernote stumbled a few times along the way, and then when Bending Spoons bought it, it just sort of disappeared. I mean, it's still there, but as far as being a popular option. And as I recall, WeTransfer also was one of those that was relatively popular, and then it sort of disappeared off the face of the earth. Vimeo, I publish MacVoices on Vimeo. I know a number of people that I do business with utilize Vimeo as their platform of choice because you can have a bit more control over how the videos are made available, especially if you decide you want to monetize something, that you can sell access as opposed to just making it private or unlisted. So I don't know, but this does not feel good. Jeff, you had a comment that needs to be edited.
This is bad news for Vimeo. So Bending Spoons, they have not a track record, well, a track record, but their business model is they buy up other products and then they continue to offer those products, but they make changes that are designed to increase their revenue at the expense of users and user experience. So depending on the product, that may mean that there's new tracking features that have been added. Features. Holy crap, look how they have trained me. Wow. There's trackers and other things that have been added in, features that previously were just part of an app suddenly become an add-on purchase, and it's just like down the line. There's bad things that happen to these products after they get bought by this company and similar companies.
Yeah. Marty?
Yeah, I was a long time Evernote user and, stored a lot of links in there, organized them into folders, shared them with other people. It was a nice resource. And then I kind of forgot about it. And, I don't know, maybe a year or 2 years ago, I went in and opened it up and realized that most of this information here is not relevant anymore. So I took it all down and said goodbye to Evernote. I still use WeTransfer because sometimes students have digital projects, and our platform that we use is a learning management system, doesn't allow for large file transfers to occur. So if I'm having them doing digital stories or things like that, it's easy just to have them send it to me using WeTransfer. And that product is held up pretty well. They've put some layers in it now in terms of getting the digital package from whoever's sending it to you. You have to go through a couple of steps to do that unless you have a paid account. But I'm still using that when I have an opportunity to use it. It's cross-platform. I don't have to worry about that in terms of sharing. So I'm sad to see this happen because I do have stuff on Vimeo, and I work with some organizations that we've put digital stuff, video and stuff on Vimeo for their members to be able to get. So,
Jeff just asked a question in our private chat, and I'm looking it up.
That seems familiar. And I'm thinking that
Yep.
I probably had a similar sentiment on FiLMiC being bought as I'm having right now.
And you're right. FiLMiC was acquired by Bending Spoons in September 2022.
On.
So, yeah, I'm happy to hear that WeTransfer is still there, Barty. I mean, and I get the idea because the world is changing and the different layers of service make sense to me. And it's going to be really interesting to see now what happens to Vimeo.
yeah.
But I don't even like to think
My advice
about
is
it.
if you have bought content on Vimeo, and it's downloadable, download it before you lose it. And there's nothing saying you're going to lose it, but there's a history of disappointment with these purchases. So just take care of that for just in case.
Didn't they hold Evernote kind of hostage with your data? They didn't allow it to. I'm not an Evernote user, but I thought they held it kind of ransom for you, where you couldn't export it out to other providers.
I don't recall that. I'm guessing if they did, Microsoft was very clever, because as soon as they purchased Evernote, Microsoft released an app that would connect to your Evernote account and export everything right over to OneNote, which is how I became a OneNote user. And it worked perfectly. But it wouldn't surprise me if they were doing things to make it more difficult to export your data.
Yeah. I was trying to look up here, but I'm not sure without doing a bit more of a search. But I sort of remember something about that, Norbert. I don't remember if that was the Bending Spoons or whether that was some of the original Evernote. So I just don't know. I don't know. But yes, Jim, you say
I get why Meetup has had trouble. It's a Bending Spoons product too now.
Meetup is?
Yeah, I like
In
Meetup too.
StreamYard, okay.
StreamYards, really? Bending Spoons?
Yep.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Webb, thank you for sharing the link.
Yeah, I'll throw it in the YouTube chat. Interesting. Jim, you sound like you are potentially affected by this.
Yeah. I have a pro plan. So far, it's only $200 a year. It's been a good deal for me, but it sounds like, yeah, this is not good.
Well, look, I'm not trying to ring an alarm bell here.
You should be.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. Look, not ready to condemn. And as Marty said, that WeTransfer still works, and I know a lot of people that use StreamYard, and so maybe there are some success stories, and maybe they just aren't doing a great job of promoting it. But I do have some concerns because I too have a lot of videos on Vimeo, and other than YouTube, I mean, what are the alternative video hosting services that are borderline affordable and offer the feature set?
I don't think there are any.
That's kind of my reaction.
YouTube will monetize your video for their purposes.
Right. And I mean, when I first started doing video for MacVoices, oh man, I've lost it. There was another service that I used because YouTube was not quite there yet from my perspective. And these folks they'd attended a couple of the podcast expos, and they were great right up to the point that they went out of business. And then you had to move everything over. So I don't know. This is one we'll be watching.
They're not going to make it not, they're not going to take $1 billion and make it not work. But, I wouldn't be surprised if my $200 a year subscription becomes $2,500 a year.
Yeah.
That's certainly the way you go look at how much it costs for Meetup. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And, most of the groups, whatever we call them, meetups, they're all trying to move away from Meetup because it's just completely ridiculous. So maybe something else will spring up because of this.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, that there's a potential opportunity here. So we'll see. Guys, thank you. We didn't get through everything tonight, but that's okay because we got through a lot and we hit definitely some of the high points. Let's go around the room, let folks know where they can find you, and then I will continue to populate my undisclosed location. I don't even know what that meant, but it sounded really good.
But didn't.
I'm going to flip. You didn't know, didn't? Okay. Jeff, I'm going to start with you this time. I'm going to flip it around just in case you freeze again. Where can folks find you? And thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for letting me join in. And let's see what happens with Zoom roulette. Will I be here? Will it crap out and die? Who knows? Let's place bets. Okay, for social medias, Jay Gamut on pretty much everything, and I'm most active right now on Mastodon and Blue Sky and PixelFed. Then for shows, excuse me, here on MacVoices Live on Tuesdays. Thank you for letting me join, Chuck. And then on Thursdays on Dave's In Touch with iOS, and on the British Tech Network, The Big Show and The Mac Show. Brian Chaffin and I do The Context Machine, and Patrice Brendamore and I do Retro Rewatch.
Thank you, Jeff. Great. Norbert Frost, I'm glad you made it. Thanks. This is like 2 in almost as many weeks. Let's make a habit of this.
Make a
where
trend.
can folks find you and your soon-to-be orange iPhone?
Well, I am the slacker of the community, so I don't have any tech podcasts for myself, but Norbert Frassa on pretty much all social media. And if they want to reach out to me, norbert@macvoices.com is a good email address.
Thank you, Norbert. Thank you. Brian Flanagan Arthurs, thank you for being here. I know you're anxious to go and play with the new enhancements to the Sports app, but before you do, where can folks find you?
Appreciate it. Thank you again so much for having me. You can find me here most often on Tuesday evenings. And then I invite you to check out On the Desk of Brian. We have a new episode coming out this Thursday.
Excellent. Thank you, Brian.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Eric Bolden, I'm so glad you're not hanging upside down, and I'm glad you're not in the freezer. Where can folks find you?
Yeah, that freezer thing just doesn't work out super well. It's a bit chilly. Although when it was really hot this summer, I thought about it. I can be found on Mastodon at EABOLDEN@mas.to. Otherwise, I wander throughout the week. I start with Vision Profiles on Monday, MacVoices here, of course, on Tuesdays, and In Touch with iOS on Thursdays. So I get all the OS goodness throughout the week. And, it's easier now that it's 26 everywhere. So just add a platform and you're good. So
Perfect. Thank you, Eric. Jim Ray, I don't know what hat you'll show up in next week, but it'll be interesting to see, but I'm always glad you're here. Where can folks connect with you?
Depends on if I get my AirPod Maxes working again.
Fair point.
Yep. No other podcasts. You can find me on Vimeo. for now.
There you go. That's one we haven't done before.
Yeah, and it's like me. So my picture and mug and everything. Yeah. But yeah, or provue.com, PROVUE. And as far as social media, pretty much Mastodon, ProView Jim at techhub.social.
Great. Thank you, Jim. Boy, Bixby, again, I'm glad you made it. And I'm glad that the Quote Queen let you come out and play. Where can folks find you?
Well, I'm going to stick with my good old friend. You can find me on Blue Sky, but I use the same handle on just about all of them. So WebBixby, WEBBIXBY at your platform of choice. And I probably don't monitor them that closely. So just warning you.
So they can say anything they want to you, and you probably won't see it. Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of like when Jeff froze up. It's just like that, you know.
Yep.
I hope I had the most ridiculous face.
You did.
You did.
Fantastic.
You did.
That's going on holiday cards.
Yeah. just wait till you see it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It'll be one of those things where it's like, oh, Jeff had a stroke, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, that was the last thing we thought of.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Stroke
We
would
thought
have
a lot of other
been.
things.
A stroke would have been better.
Yeah.
At
We
least
would
I
have
have an
been.
excuse.
We would have been kinder with a stroke.
Yeah. If it had been a stroke, we
Sorry
think
for
you'd
you.
have fallen over. So yeah.
Now you see why I'm concerned about not being able to get through life on my good looks.
Okay.
And that's just a recent concern?
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no! This has been a lifelong issue.
And that barb was thrown by Marty Gensius. Marty, thank you so much for being here and abusing Jeff. Where can folks find you?
You can find all of the projects I'm involved in, including the podcasts and the shows that I'm on at thepodtalk.net. That's my website. You can also find me, Gensius, at mastodon.social and also Blue Sky. Monday nights with Vision Profiles, Tuesday nights here, Thursday nights with Dave on In Touch with iOS. And so, yeah, that's where you can find me.
Great. Thank you, Marty. Last but absolutely not least, Mr. David Ginsburg. David, thank you for being here as always, and also for helping me test out the sound earlier in the show and make sure everything was right.
Oh,
Where can folks find you?
no problems. I always got your back. You can find me at In Touch with iOS, intouchwithios.com. YouTube channels in youtube.com/intouchwithios. On Monday nights, I'm on the Vision Profiles with Marty and Eric. On Tuesday nights, I'm here. Thursday nights, we record In Touch with iOS, 7 p.m. Central Time on 5 p.m. Pacific. And Fridays, I'm on the Mac Show and the British Tech Network. And you can find me on Mastodon or Blue Sky at DaveG65.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks.
And honestly, I'm a little surprised that we didn't get a Cubs update, but that's okay.
They won.
They won.
They won. I'm surprised you didn't announce it earlier.
Just trying to be polite.
Oh, thank you.
I snuck that one in. So
Yeah, as opposed to all the other times that you guys all are talking about your favorite teams. Folks, this is Mac Voices Live. We do this Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern here at YouTube on YouTube at youtube.com/MacVoicesTV. Come back next week. The chat room was busy tonight talking about a variety of other things, including their favorite sports teams. But Craig was in there, Barry was in there, Brett was in there, Cletus was there. We had a great group. So, guys, thank you very much for being here. We'll see you next week as well. Until then, and as always, thanks for watching.
Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with Mac Voices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, Consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.